What is up, YouTube? KM888 here. Now, before we go into another test hands video for you guys, like I'm gonna do probably one or two again. I am going to show you guys my side deck for now because it has changed a little bit, and you can't get to see that during the test hand videos because, well, the side deck isn't in the main deck, so it's something you guys can't see. And I forgot to address it that I've already changed it up after Nationals. I do think it is important and to see why I play certain cards, and I wanted to address that, so yeah. First things first, I am running Triple Denko Sekka. The card is still one of the better cards in the deck. It is just crazy how good this thing is right now in the meta. It just stops Sky Striker, it shits on so many back row decks. It is one of the best cards that you'll have in your side deck. Always side 3, I feel. To accompany this, we have the Triple Red Reboot. It's so easy to OTK, it's just crazy. Like, if you open this in your opening hands and you can stop them and they are pretty much out of the game, you'll just OTK, and that's so easy win. It's you have to do this, it's so great. And then the final two cards against back row are now two Cosmic Cyclones. I felt the discard for Twin Twister is actually too harsh of a cost. I've played it during Nationals Twin Twisters, and I've seen it a couple of times, but the discard always came to bite me in the ass when I look back at it. So not having to discard is way better. And then the choice, of course, remains on the trap card Typhoon, because you can activate it as well, but it's kind of weird sometimes. Just regular old MST would have been fine, and Cosmic Cyclone. And I felt that the 1000 cost of Cosmic Cyclone actually isn't as important, because you can banish cards like Rage or Roar when they set it, and you went first, so they won't have their access to the card anymore. And since they also only play one field spell, you can deny that card for the rest of the game. And against Salamangreat, it's amazing. Against Sky Striker, you banish a spell, so the field won't trigger. It's something you can use on the multi-role as well, and just deny spells in their graveyard. So it's actually also really good against Sky Striker, though you don't have to play it against them. I feel Denko is enough. If you see it, you win. And against the Mystic Mine, it is just the one single out that I wanted anyways. Like the Twin Twister, it was in there for that. It outs it just as well, and it just outs Imperial Order and Anti-Spell Fragrance just as good as Twin Twister does on the resolution. So in that regard, Cosmic Cyclone is as good as it can be. And if you happen to go against True Draco, this is a lot better. So yeah, I mean, these 8 for mostly for back row and some other niche things, but yeah. And then for the combo decks, we are siding 7 other cards. First of all, triple Artifact Lancia. This card is the blowout one. If you see this against Orcust, you probably are going to win. You're going to OTK, so that's really good. Next up, double Chaos Hunter. This card is a little bit weird. It can stop them, but if they have an extender, you probably won't. But it will slow down their plays and make their field less powerful. So at least that's good. You have to drop it after they summoned their Nightmare Cerberus, or they are summoning their Galatea. Because if they summon Galatea, their cards are in the graveyard and they didn't have a response time to trigger yet. So you can just summon it there. And at that point, they have to go into Dingirsu to send this. But because they went into Dingirsu, they can't make their play strong enough. They probably won't be able to go into their Nightmare play, into the PK play, so the Phantom Knight. So they'll probably only end on, if they haven't seen the Babel, they're going to surge the Babel with the Galatea. They won't have the trap card to protect them, and they probably won't have Fog Blades. So at that point, it's good to drop the Chaos Hunter. But I feel it's a lot less powerful than the Lancia. So Lancia is way better, but we have 5 outs. And to ensure that we draw these, double Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. This card is also good in a lot of other matchups where you get to try and search these. like against Salamangreats, against Sky Strikers going second, and it unbricks your hand. So in general, I feel that this side deck at the moment is really good. I am, if you count it down, we practically have 7, 8, 9, we have 10 hand traps in here, so that's actually pretty fun. It are hand traps that aren't really hand traps, and only Lancia can be stopped by Call by the Grave right here, so that's really good. So yeah, I'm actually loving these 15 cards right now as a side deck, and they are helping me, so I do feel that you have to think about these. Think about what I said. If you have any more questions about these, just ask away in the comments. I will be there. Practically always answer any questions, so yeah. But I feel that's really good for the side deck. I have to say, I am playing the one Constellar Omega the Psyframe Lord Omega right now. I've got the Borreload Savage in testing. The Omega is just way better. You don't always make it, but when you do, you get free information. So it is a way to get to free information, and that's really good. Right now we are going to power shuffle again. It's the standard thing I do in my videos. I feel you guys trust me more if I actually power shuffle, because it shows I'm not cheating or re-recording. That's also the reason I did my side deck first. Like, if I'm the guy who wants to re-record because I accidentally bricked, you could just stop the video, do another 10 more minutes and just try to not brick, but I really don't care. If I brick, and I'm not going to do another 20-minute video just because I bricked, so it will be there. So whether I draw good or bad, the deck hasn't failed me that much, so yeah. One addition to the main deck that I might draw, I might not. I've cut the second Oath Dragon, because I found with the Dragon Caller Magician that you go into Dragon Caller a lot for your combo. So the second Oath didn't seem necessary. And I've added a 1 Pendulum Halt in its place. I didn't go to 46 because, well, I think at the moment a little bit more is actually better. And 47 seems to work out, so I wanted to give it a try, the Pendulum Halt, and it actually is working out. If you went into the Void and you have enough resources, you can just set it and use it next turn. If you don't have enough resources, well, you just use it and you get those resources, which is actually pretty fun. So yeah, let's see our first test hand. We still draw the 1 Oath Dragon, Pot of Desires, Darkworm, Duelist Alliance, and Dragon Caller. Actually a really good hand. We didn't see any of these servants. Actually happening a lot during my test hands videos, right? I am playing 6, so I should be seeing them sometimes, but apparently I don't, so yeah. Let's see, with this hand, we have the Dragon Caller, we have the Oath. I'm probably gonna go for the Oath right here. So to have a scale, I already have my Darkworm, so Dragon Caller isn't as important. So I'm going to scale up the Oath. I'm gonna go with Duelist Alliance, and we're going to go for Pendulum Call. Now I do have to say, going for Halt or Call is actually pretty hard to say. Sometimes I mix them up. I'm calling the Pendulum Halt, Pendulum Call like all the time at home, in my head, against friends, stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'll try to not mess up. So this goes to the graveyard, and right here we have the delicious combination of the Pendulum Call with the Dragon, with the Darkworm, and we're going to search our Harmonizing and Dragon Pit. Now the reason I'm searching the Dragon Pit is simple. We have the Pendulum Call, so our scales can't be destroyed. So the Black Fang doesn't really have a big use. But the second and foremost thing is with Dragon Pit Magician, you can pop any spell or trap during the next turn, because your other scale is the Oath Dragon. And just in case you're playing against Mystic Mine, you already have the out on your field right then. At this point, Darkworm effect, special summon it, getting a Gate 0. Now this Gate 0 is really important. It is going to be the card that you want to pop from the Electromite. Now, do watch out with this, because try and trigger your Electromite first. It is actually the better thing to do. Maybe it would actually even be better to to not use the Electromite's popping effect, but you'll miss out on a draw, and when testing I really don't like not doing that. But I have enough resources, so let's see what I can do. I'm gonna go for the Pot of Desires first, because I want to see what I draw. Maybe something good. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we'll draw 2. So we have the Into the Void, we have the Purple Poison, and we banished a Servant, Jackal King, second Servant, 2 Chronos. Nothing too terrible, I feel. So we still have we still have something of everything. So if that makes sense. Now we have to think about this. We can play the Into the Void if we want. But do we want that? I really don't want to discard. But let's see. We still haven't used our normal summon as of yet, but we are probably going to. We have the Oath Dragon. We're going to add something back. I'm probably going to keep the Into the Void for next turn because it is a card that can boost us up again. So yeah. Now let's see. I am going to normal summon. The correct play right here is because you don't have the Jackal King and you don't want to get stuck in this. Because that would be terrible. Like if they Impermanence or they Veiler your Electromite, you're pretty much dead. Friend of mine actually pointed it out. The last video where I had Chronograph and the Endymion. Sure, I couldn't get Ghost Ogre, but if you get your Electromite is getting Veilered or Impermanence there, I'd be dead. So the actual correct play right here is to normal summon the purple and to frankly not go for Electromite. It's something you can keep, and I'm going to show you guys just what you'll end up with, because it actually isn't terrible to end up with something like that. So I am going to go straight into our Beat Cup. It is a viable option, it still has 2 arrows, and it is a way to use the card correctly. So right now, gonna go and scale up the Dragon Pit, and we're going to Pendulum Summon. I'm going to summon the Harmonizing right here, and I'm gonna put the Dragon Caller on the field as well. Harmonizing's effect is going to trigger, and we're going to summon a Black Fang. Now as you see, we aren't losing out on anything at all. We didn't get the Electromite draw. Sure, we still have 2 cards in our hand. We still have the Oath Dragon to trigger off. We can get a 3rd card into our hand without using the Into the Void. Next turn we're gonna have 4. It's so easy to do this. Sure, we didn't use a... we don't have a Chronograph to summon something else to the board. But we can do this, like, really easily, actually. Now to see what cards we want to go into, we could go for a Mega with these 2, the Harmonizing and the Purple Poison, and just rip a card out of their hand from the beginning. That would actually be viable, so we can see what we have to go into. So let's do that. It just gives away what you can do. So we're gonna go into Psyframe Lord to Mega. Now let's say we activate the effect, banish a card from the opponent's hand, and we already see, this is Sky Striker. It's a viable option because Sky Striker is something that comes up a lot. We didn't draw into the Endymion engine, so we don't have our big boss out right yet. At least we haven't banished it, so that's something. But right here we are going to go into the Guardragon package. We've ripped a card out of their hands, so we know what they're playing. And we really want to go into the Dawn Dragster on top of our combo, so we're gonna make the LP. Then with the Dragon Caller, oh, this one goes to the top of the extra deck. And the Beat Cup, we are gonna go into the Triple Burst. LP's effect is going to activate, and we're going to special the Dark Worm. No, the Destrudo. All these names, goddammit. So, Destrudo on the field. Making Aggerpain. With Aggerpain's effect, we are going to go into Vortex Dragon. Now we are going to make our Heretic Link. And now with the Strudo, we're going to use the effect on the Black Fang, banishing the Black Fang, sending this to the bottom, and we're getting a Dawn Dragsta. At this point, Oath Dragon's effect, and we can add the Dragon Caller, the Harmonizing, and the Purple Poison back. I'd say go for the scale 8. You never know if they clear your scales. We have 2 to 8 on the field, but we have 0 to 8 in our hands right now, so we have enough. While this might not seem such a big board, we could have gone for Tornado Dragon and Dweller. It would have been exactly the same board we had during a couple of our previous test hands. But in this scenario, you have to look at it. We know what they're playing already, so we know what to try and negate as soon as it comes to the board. We have 3 cards in our hand right now. This is amazing. It's crazy. 3 cards to begin with, and then we draw a 4th one. So anything I'm not flipping this up because the Vortex is gonna put something back and the deck gets shuffled again. But we get a 4th one. And we still have all these negates. Yeah, you're probably going to win this matchup. So, yeah. Do remember, with this, you can get a slot from the extra deck. If you're happening to play against Salamangreat, this can still do some real good service. You have the Vortex Dragon to negate something, and with the Heretic Link, your summoning slot, they can't do anything after the battle phase anymore, so you're pretty much gonna win from there on. The Omega is just a way to give you knowledge. But if you already have that knowledge, you can make a Dweller or a Tornado Dragon, so go from there, I'd say. Now, we're gonna do a second test hand, and come on, give me some servants. The Endymion one. Just in case you thought I was talking about something else. So yeah, power shuffling. I really want to do some videos for you guys where I already did a video of that, like going second against a made board from the meta. But the only viable deck that I would be able to do that against is probably Salamangreat, because letting Orcus go first with 6 negates as well, you're probably not gonna get through that. It's good that the deck is so susceptible to hand traps, because else it would probably dominate a little bit more. But in general, I feel that's fine, so. But I really don't want to do those kind of videos because they're kind of useless without siding. I could do one against Salamangreat, but it's such diverse ending boards with the hand traps. Am I getting a Rage or a Roar against me? And it's just so weird to do a video like that. But hey, Chronograph, Into the Void, Desires, another Desires, and Pendulum Halt. Okay, actual weird hand, I feel. I'm gonna go with the Into the Void first. I know I can draw the Time Gaze right here, but that would suck as balls. I'm getting the Upstart. Gonna Upstart. And I get the Curtain Raiser. Now at this point I have 2 cards that can special summon themselves already. I am probably gonna do that because I have to activate the Desires right here. So I'm gonna go with Curtain Raiser, Chronograph. I'm gonna get the Time Gazer. At least it's out of the deck right now, so I can go for Desires. Activating Desires. Banishing 10. Let's see what it is. We banish a Sloth, Sad Face. We banish 2 Harmonizings, I feel. Yeah, 2 Harmonizings and the Destrudo. So we banish Destrudo and Sloth. I think that's half our Guardragon combo, but oh well. What are we going to draw? A Dragon Shrine and a Dark Worm. Now the Dragon Shrine would have been fun to have instead of the second Desires early on in the duel, but yeah, we still have something, so yeah. I do have the gate 0 still, I think. Yeah, we still have the gate 0, so that's something. Let's see. Now, I am just gonna do the Electromite's effect. I know it is dangerous under Veiler, Impermanence, Ogre, all that being in the meta. But the thing that I'm doing right now is like, even if this doesn't go through, I have Pendulum Halt to reinforce my hand, and I really need to get to some good scales, because else I'm not gonna make a play anyway. I really want to say... I want to send the Harmonizing to get it back, so that will also always be a thing. So I am going to get the Harmonizing right here. There's one in the deck, so why not? At this point I'm gonna go and normal summon the Dark Worm, and I'm going to search gate 0. This could seem weird to do, but I'm going to scale gate 0, using the Electromite to pop it, and getting the Harmonizing. Now I get a draw. Wonderful. Gonna go with Into the Void. I already played one today, so there's always that. At this point we have to see what we're going to do. I'm not gonna draw anymore in other ways. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Pendulum Halt right here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different monsters in my extra deck, so we get 2 free draws for nothing. So we are getting the Spell Power Mastery, and we're getting the big Endymion card. This is amazing. This practically means we get full scales for nothing, for 1 Pendulum Halt. As you can see, it might have been a gamble, something to do, but it actually worked out. And for me, that's all that matters. Like, really, we get all 3 cards there, so why not? We are probably going to set these 2. They're going to be bluffs for next turn, but this turn they're not gonna help us at all. So yeah. So, thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna activate Spell Power Mastery. I'm gonna get the Servant. And now then, let's see what we can do. I can't get a 3rd monster on board that way. Okay, that means I have to Pendulum Summon out right here, so I'm gonna go with Servant in scale, I'm gonna put the Endymion in scale, and right now I'm going to Pendulum Summon. So what am I going to summon? Well, if I have anything, a Link 3, I could... I don't have anything really to make with these. So yeah, let's just do it. I don't have the Destrudo anymore, so I'm going to summon the Time Gazer. I'm going to summon the Harmonizing right here. And the Jackal King in this slot. Now, at this point, the Harmonizing is going to trigger. And we're going to summon any of the level 4s. I'm summoning a Black Fang. During the tournament, I probably look if what magicians I have banished. Okay, I have 2 Black Fangs and a purple in deck, so the 1 Black Fang is fine. I should have a counter on the Servant because I activated another scale, so 1 on the Servant. And right here I am going to make a Dragster already. So these two go here. Getting the Dragster. I'm going to trade this one in for an LP. And these 2 for triple burst. LP's effect. I'm gonna summon any dragon. We've banished the Sloth. We've banished... yeah, basically we only have 2 Dark Worms left in the deck for dragons, so... It doesn't really help us out right here. Bard effect, we can still link summon. So we are going to do that. But for next turn, since we're going to get a Vortex, we can return the gate 0 to our deck for a negate, then summon off of the Heretic Link and still search the same gate 0 because of that. So Aggro Pain, use the effect, get a Vortex. Now the thing I'm going to do is I'm really tempted to activate this Dragon Shrine, even though I don't have anything to summon for the Heretic Link. Just for the fact that I'm going to have more counters on these cards, so that could actually be a thing, so I'm gonna activate it. I won't have a monster for the Heretic Link to summon off, but it's still a compulse, so we're gonna send the Dark Worm to the graveyard, getting one more counter on the Servant, so we're going to 2, and on the Jackal King we also get 2. At this point, linking these 2 away, making the Heretic Link. I'm gonna set the Desires, and because the Into the Voids are going to end up resolving in the end phase, we still don't have to discard anything. It's fine. And then this is our end board. We have 1, 2, 3 negates, we have the Heretic Link, we have a bluff set, but they don't know that. It could be a Call by the Grave, and Endymion actually plays that a lot. We have a Servant lurking in the back with 2 counters already. So for next turn, they might think it's something great. We banished the Lost Slot, I think. No, we didn't. So we can actually summon another Jackal King from the deck. And we also have the Endymion itself. Which, if it can remove 6 counters, you have 3 cards to place counters on. That's just terrifying, so yeah. Now, what can you do if you negate something with a Vortex Dragon? Send back one of the dragons, the Dark Worms. So if you send it back to the deck, and you're using the Heretic Seal, you can tribute it, and special summon a Dark Worm from the deck to have another monster on board. It's still something to get to just get another plus, and it could actually be worth it. Because why not? But yeah, that was the second test hand video. I hope you guys liked it. It's been a little bit longer because of the side tech introduction again. But yeah, that was it for this video. I hope you guys liked it, and I see you in the next video. Ciao!